Welcome, world, to Life, Love, and Wellness Global, a worldwide wellness movement. I am Reverend Sandy Rogers, and as the creator of this historic event, it is my pleasure to welcome you. We come together to bring you this historic event. We have practitioners, holistic practitioners. We have medical doctors, we have spiritual individuals. This event is so lovingly dedicated to my mother, Mrs. Barbara Dean Brown. And my mother taught me like 40 plus years ago about the importance and the meaning behind herbs. And she would always say, we don't know what they putting in those pills, so you better not, get hooked on prescription drugs. And so we listened to Mom, but not all of us paid attention. My sister, bless her heart, was diagnosed recently thereafter with asthma, and she was prescribed prednisone, which is a very powerful steroid. And my sister actually got hooked on steroids, like someone out on the street kind of hooked, like on heroin or crack or something like that. And so my mom and my sister are both on the other side, living in the other dimension, but they're upholding me, and this is dedicated to their memory. So we don't want to come and make you change your mind about what you're doing. We just want to provide information to you, something different, so that you have options to choose from, so that you're not stuck. Because the environment that we now live in, the fast foods, the toxins in the air that we breathe and in the water that we drink, and the processed foods, and all of that is causing havoc on this precious body temple. So God created our bodies to heal themselves, but they can only heal themselves when they're fed and they're nourished and they're stress-free. And so the 60 or so or more experts that we have are bringing you this worldwide wellness movement in an attempt to share their testimonies and their information with you. So we have from age 14 on up. I don't even know what the oldest age is. I think 88 or something. So you see, that's a wide range of knowledge that we're bringing you. And so we hope that you come and that you get all the knowledge that you need to affect a positive change on your life, and share this with others. It's free, it's online, and so we're just so thankful that you decided to be a part of our listening community, the viewing community, and we certainly appreciate you for giving us your time of day and your energy and your efforts to being with us and to being a part of this historic event. We have pulled together people of color for you, by you, right? So we want to make sure that you understand that we too, melanated people with color, can enjoy, practice, and participate in some of these modalities that others have been doing for centuries, and that is pretty new to our community. So we talk about Qigong, we talk about meditation, yoga, spiritual work from a different perspective than religion. So we talk about the spirituality aspect. We talk about abuse in the families. We talk about all kinds of subjects because we know that in our communities there are layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff that we never talk about that's causing a negative effect on our bodies and its healing process. So we address it, whatever it is, and we hope that you will benefit from the many experts that we have, and that you walk away with lots of knowledge and lots of new information, and that you become fully empowered to share information with others. So thank you for being with us. We love you and we bless you, and we look forward to doing this again. But thanks for being here with the first one. We appreciate you.
Life, love, and wellness. Life, love, and wellness.
reason I enrolled my daughter into the program, she is 13 going on, we'll say 14, but sometimes that seems to be a lot older. And I recognize, first of all, as a student myself, the importance of training in the martial arts, of developing discipline. I realized the importance of that in my own life. And so, of course, as a father, that was something I wanted to share with my daughter and make sure that she had too. Sidagoo, who I've had the opportunity to train both with and under, is a tremendous instructor, and I have the highest respect for her and know that she has experience, knowledge, and also the best interest of my daughter at heart as well. So those are some of the most prevalent reasons why I wanted my daughter involved in the program and why she is.
And it's about self-defense.
It is about, yes ma'am, it is about self-defense, which for all of us as black people, as people in general, is extremely important, especially for our sisters and for our daughters. I was just reading, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, about an incident a few days ago where a Muslim woman was attacked. I believe she was delivering for Uber, one of these food companies, but she was attacked, as she delivered the food by the person she was delivering it to, who tried to grab her headscarf. And, fortunately though, this woman was trained or at least aware enough in self-defense to defend herself, and she was able to defend herself and get herself out of this situation. But, for our women, which are our most valuable resource, they must be protected, and we can't always be there. So it's definitely important for our sisters, mothers, daughters of any ages to be able to protect themselves.
So do you practice with your daughter at home? Is that part of your routine? And why did you feel she needed to come here to the academy?
Absolutely. Those are excellent questions. I do practice with my daughter. I practice more along the lines currently of philosophy and giving her that all the time. My instructor, Sidagoo's husband, Sijo Abdul Mutakabir, often emphasizes to us the martial science. So, yes, anybody can kick and punch and learn how to kick and punch, and those are valuable things. But more importantly than that is the scientific principles behind the art and learning when to do something and even how to extricate yourself from something. So, when I say martial arts, I look at it as a holistic thing, not just the self-defense aspect, but self-defense on many different levels. So hopefully I answered the question.
You did.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And so, as we were talking earlier, this webinar is about increasing a healthy lifestyle for everyone, especially those that may not know of the various modalities that a person can use. So what would be your advice or your suggestion, any words of wisdom that you would have for our community, and as far as making sure that we maintain and sustain a healthy lifestyle?
Well, that's an excellent question and profound. Back, from when I was younger and I used to go to church, I remember being taught and shown in scripture that it says, if you seek, you shall find. So I guess my advice would be to seek after healthiness, seek after a positive lifestyle, seek after these things, read and research. And if you seek after these things, it'll be provided to you. So, there's so much misinformation in society, and too many of us are living oblivious, fast food lifestyles, all of these things which are detrimental to us. I mean, more and more of us are going to the grave earlier and earlier in ways that can be prevented. So what I would say is just seek after health, seek after life. Pay attention to your diet, to rest, nutrition. Martial arts is an excellent start and foundation for this. Yoga, Qigong, Tai Chi. These are sciences which, if we take advantage of, can be applied to our lives for a greater lifestyle, greater health, and, seek that out and ask for the best way for you, and it'll be provided to you.
I am Halima Freeman. I've been training with Sidagoo since 2001 and on and off. So I've had 4 children. 2 of them were very small when I first started training with her, and they trained SWAM system as well. And of course, children growing up with different issues or different things you have to deal with, it was on and off for me. And then I had a baby, actually 2 dojo babies training here. So my 12-year-old, I trained all the way until he was almost here, actually, like a week or 2 before he came. And then my 6-year-old, which was our biggest surprise, I trained with her until maybe a month before she came. And then, of course, between my 12-year-old and my 6-year-old, I stopped training. Then I came back. And then after I had my 6-year-old, I stopped training for a while, maybe 4 years. And then came back to train again, because that was the missing factor in my journey to wellness, was martial arts, because I love martial arts. So I didn't know I loved it until I started doing it. Then when I started doing it and I stopped, every time I stopped, I said, okay, I'm missing something. And this last time, of course, my 6-year-old came, big surprise. She came when I was 37. And so just adjusting to that, and then maybe last summer, I was like, okay, I'm missing something very important here. And it was martial arts. So I started training again. And that's been a wonderful experience for me. It's the one thing that I know works for me when it comes to just being well mentally, physically, emotionally. When we're in class, class is physical. It's very physical. It's martial arts. But it's also learning to trust your instincts, learning to trust yourself. It's giving me like better self-esteem. I'm more confident about decisions that I make because I'm learning to trust myself, trust my instinct, trust who I am as a woman, enjoy who I am as a woman, regardless of what stage I'm in as far as weight or mental or just all of that. And I get that from Sidagoo training martial arts. It's been a beautiful experience for me. And for all of my children we've trained under the SWAM system. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know you could do martial arts when you were pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She adjusted what needed to be adjusted. So maybe when we start class, we do jumping jacks. She just adjusted my jumping jacks, so I wouldn't put so much pressure with the bounce, with the jumping. I still did them, but she altered the way that I did them. And certain stretches, she would say, don't do this stretch, or do this stretch instead. So yes, all the way. My last 2 all the way up until almost labor.
Great. So Halima, our intention is to provide suggestions, recommendations for people to get to maintain and sustain a healthier lifestyle. Do you have any particular recommendations for individuals that will be listening to this?
I would say the most important thing for me is to just move and be confident in finding something to do where you're very active, where you're, if you're not sitting down all day, or if you have a job where you sit down all day, get up, move. I have a job where I sit down a good part of the day. So I have my own homeschool business. So part of the time I'm sitting, part of the time I'm standing. But anytime during that day, I can get up and do something that we do in class, a few jumping jacks, punches, something physical.
We are here in the studio of Odette Russell of the SWAM, Academy of Martial Arts. And so Odette is going to explain some moves to us. There she is.
Hi, guys. Well, let me give you my title. My name is Grandmaster Sidagoo Dr. Odette Russell. So that's a big mouthful. And basically, I'm a Grandmaster in the SWAM Martial Arts Academy. I've been training for 38 years. And within the 38 years and teaching for 25 years, I earned the rank of Grandmaster. I'm an 8th degree black belt. Sidagoo, which is another title, Sidagoo, Sidagoo, is titled Mother of SWAM, Top Female Instructor. Okay? And I have a PhD in health psychology, so I'm Dr. Odette Russell. What I'm going to present to you is something different than self-defense. I believe that any school can teach someone how to kick and punch, but what I do in my workshop is life defense. And that is a combination of my martial arts training and my education and being raised in the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. Okay, there's a sense of what is obtained through martial arts is the building of pride, the love of self, the heightened of confidence and self-esteem, and that comes with the martial arts training. But with life defense too, it's what's going on inside, what's going on deep inside. Sometimes we've had situations and circumstances that might have occurred 10 years ago where we're unconsciously sabotaging ourselves, dating the same kind of guy, going for the same kind of dead-end job, giving ourselves self-doubt all the time. So through my psychology education and the martial arts, I've came up with the life defense workshop. There's, in my perception, more danger that we put in ourselves than anyone else coming to attack us. So my workshop is more designed to focus and build what's going on inside. And of course, I can teach you guys how to kill somebody in seconds in 50 different ways, but more important is how to avoid putting yourselves in those type of situations. And I'll demonstrate some stuff because I know that's why you're here, you want to see that. But let's also talk about what's going on inside, or what type of practices or activities that we participate in that puts us in danger or jeopardy or in unhealthy circumstances. So what I like to go into, and when you get to know me a little better and get to talk to me more, is talk about different things like sleep deprivation, how important sleep is. That's the only time your body can rebuild itself. How to manage and control stress. Stress is everywhere, but stressors are not just physical stress like someone's trying to attack us, or emotional stress like how we feel when we see an unexpected bill, but stress is also chemical stress, that we're surrounded by about 900 different chemicals daily. It's not necessarily exposed and absorbing us, but we're surrounded by it. And our body has to detoxify that. That's stress. When we eat unhealthy, nutritional stress, by not having enough nutrients and chemical and minerals in our body, that puts stress on our bodies. So that's another issue that I always like to focus on. The issue of spinal health. You know, how the only way our body is going to be able to function is if the brain is able to tell the body how to function or what to do, and that's only through the spinal cord. So we have to make sure our central nervous system can flow smoothly. That's another issue that I like to focus on. How gut health is important, and that plays a big role in our nutritional intake as well as exercise. So I like to apply all the parameters of wellness, not just about, how to take somebody out in 30 seconds, but what are we doing inside our body and keeping us strong and keeping us healthy. Now, what martial arts implements in that is the ability of enhancing self-love. If I love myself more, if I cherish who comes around me, then I'm going to cherish what I put inside my body. And that's what I love about the martial arts. Okay? So, just real quick, this is the founder, Sidagoo Dr. He founded the SWAM Martial Arts Academy. The SWAM Martial Arts Academy is 40 years old. It's a hybrid of numerous traditional martial arts systems, from karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, and kickboxing. And in order for him to blend those systems in his system, he had to become a black belt within those systems. He had started training when he was 11, and he's 66 years old now, so you guys can do the math, all right? I met him when I was 18, and that's when I started training. So you could do the math how old I am, all right? And this is the SWAM martial arts, where champions are trained by a champion. And so, real quick, I just wanted to show you some stuff to give you an idea of how I train my students, which are primarily females. And as I was saying, I am an open hand fighter. So although I can teach you how to throw hooks and be a boxer, to me, what's most effective is rip and tearing. Okay? All right? It's just being like effective in how we can go after the primary sources of the human body and create instant damage. All right? Now, I like simplicity. The simpler it is, the more effective it is in the street. So I have like a little drill. It's called eyes, throat, and groin and knees. And it's kind of working on what is called the death line of the body. Okay? And it's eyes. And what's so cool about the eyeballs, and I'm sorry if I seem so passionate about what I do, which is to hurt people, that's not my goal. My goal is to teach you how to be effective in case of you have to perform legitimate self-defense. But the eyeball is a perfect round ball that fits inside the socket. Okay, so when you put your fingers in, the eyeball will get crushed and pop out. That's what that does. And so this is Bob. Usually when the girls come to class, if whoever their mate is got on their nerves, then his name changes. But for now, it's Bob. Okay, so it's eyes, throat, and the throat is kind of like a C, like an eagle claw, and it's right here. So if I was to swallow, I could feel the Adam's apple or the larynx going up and down. And you can see it's pressing in. And unfortunately, Bob has tape on his because some of the students been cutting it with real knives. Ridiculous. I don't know why they did that, but that's why he has tape. So from here, and then I go down. So what I'm actually focusing on is the testicles. And if you pull it up, we just have a make-believe one. So this is rated PG. And the testicles is like hanging by a piece of skin. So I'm actually able to rip that more and faster and more effective than an actual penis. But that's only if he doesn't have pants on. If he have pants on, then I'll just pop, punch. Okay, and then of course the kneecap. The kneecap only goes one way, and that's forward. So when I kick the kneecap, I'm kicking it either in or to the side. And that's the way the knee cannot go. So as a martial artist, you have to have an understanding of the human anatomy. So you need to know where the liver is, where the kidneys are, okay, the spleen, and what type of effect you can do to the body. The next thing I want to talk about is a very effective weapon also that we have, which is called the elbows. In order for the elbows to work, they need to be tight. And look at this. I get to go back and forth. Isn't that cool? 1, 2. Okay, I can also go down as well as go up. And then I can go this way. So on this side, cross, pick, up, down, and this way. The tighter it is, this bone sticks out, and it's like a knife. It actually cuts. Also, I can use my knees. And the elbow and the knee is excellent for tight quarters. And normally, when someone's going to attack you, they're going to be on top of you. So here, I'm able to be effective, and I'm focusing on the floating rib, here, and here. And of course, the groin. Okay, from here, I might as well show you how you can choke somebody out with their own clothes. This is really cool, let me tell you. So from here, and it could be a coat, it could be a t-shirt, it doesn't make a difference. The goal is to put your hand all the way to the back and then use your forearm to crush. You can see how Bob's face is starting to change. And I'm sure if he really was a human being, he would turn red. So from the other side, so you can get to see, and I'm crushing his legs. All right, let's fix him up. Okay. Hi, so I'm back again with Taib, one of our dedicated students, and he's willing to give himself to me so that I'm able to show you some techniques on some situations that might occur in the street. One of the things that I like to teach my girls is that anything in their purse, including the purse, can be a weapon. Okay? From their keys to a pen, pencil, nail file, perfume, they spray in their face, lipstick and smoosh their face, especially their cell phone. Okay? The cell phone, if you think about it, and if I could just show you on Bob real quick, the cell phone is, this is metal. And the cell phone can be used forward and both sides. So you need to know the narrower areas. You make it narrower, okay? Hit the temple, okay? You can't really get the eyeball. You could damage it, but it's more hair, groin, and throat. So let's see how effective the cell phone can be, all right, in a street situation. All right, so he's going to come and he's going to choke and he's going to slap. So let's go a little slower where he chokes and slaps. So the first thing I did was I moved back. Let's go this way. So there's a choke and he's going to slap me. So the attempt is to choke and slap, where you slap the face, choke, and slap. And that's what some men do to women. And once I get the choke, I stop this from here, okay? And then from here, I'm going to hit this with this. And this will loosen up this grip. Then I hit here, and hit there. Okay, let's do that again. I stop. I can also kick the knee, hit here, hit the groin, hit here. And then call the cops with a smile. Yeah, it's like a... I gotta turn my phone off because I'm calling people and stuff. I'm so sorry. So, I guess we'll go the other side. I'm gonna go slower. I'm just trying to, so you guys can have as much of an angle. So, after I block, or you could do a double choke with this. Double choke, hit. And then come around, hit, come around, bring down. Then call the cops. Okay. Hi, somebody fell down the stairs. They need help. Okay. Anyway, that's what you basically what I'm showing you. Miss that, is I can hit here, I can hit here, hit here, here, here. You know, just do a lot of damage, and I'm hitting with both sides. The same thing with a water bottle. Okay. So let's do a technique where he's choking me and I have nothing on my hands. And I have nothing on my hands, and if I do this, he's going to get close. He's going to get tighter. So remember I spoke to you about the knee, kick the knee, and that loosens up the grip. Once I loosen up the grip, I can go after the throat, get in the groin, break the snap his neck, and bring him down and stay. And I'll probably try to go after the crown jewels. I'll introduce you to my son. Come on in. This is my firstborn. He's also a martial artist in training actually all his life. This is Kiyumba. He's also an actor. He played in action scenes like Black Salt. So he actually, the martial arts has been an impact in his life for his career. Not to mention he's an amazing, strong man that I use as my mentor, even though he's a grown man. He's like my hero as well. All right? I just want to introduce my son.
Thank you.
Okay, that was it.
All right.
Oh, all right, come on over here. I'm just going to introduce to you the founder of the system, who happens to be my husband. And this is Sidagoo Dr. He's like, what am I? He's like, my chopped liver? This is my baby here. And we've been together for 38 years, so that's why I've been training under him as long as that. He is my inspiration as well. And actually, I'm just going to have him show you real quick something that you do.
Hey, come on.
Just show me real quick. Just you do something, whatever.
All right, well, come at any way you want to come at me. Come this way here. I'll take the knife. All right. You go double slice, wherever you want to go. I'll go here. Go here. Take the knife. Pop. Move around here. Straight to me. Take it going out. I got the knife. You go double strike on me. Right here. Cut his throat. Okay. Slide over here. That's well enough there, right? And thank you.
Thank you.
So I wanted to thank you for joining us in our home. Not too many people that you go into their home and they have an actual dojo in their home like we do. And that's because martial arts is more to us than just a hobby. Martial arts is about a life choice it's about a lifestyle. It's about a lifestyle that can help you make amazing choices. I just want to end by saying this. There are 3 types of individuals in our society. The bulk of the individuals are the sheep. And who are the sheep is the average person. There's nothing wrong with being a sheep because the sheep is very effective in our society. They go to work, they pay their bills, and they try to ignore that violence exists. They help each other if they can. But the sheep, unfortunately, are the prey to the wolves, which are 2% of our society. And the wolves is just they're repeated defenders. They are opportunists. They are bullies. And basically what they do is they go after the sheep any means necessary, any way necessary. And then there's the sheepdogs. And the sheepdogs have no problem with violence because they will deal with violence with violence. They are not as many as the sheep, of course, but they are the protector of the sheep, and they're more into the law enforcement type of fields. Now, my concern is that if your energy gives the persona that you're meek and that you're frail, you will be preyed upon by wolves. They will seek you out. They will smell you from the distance. So my goal is to convert the sheep into sheepdogs. Okay? Thank you.